Shea Stewart-Skinner tonight, or today?
We'll see what comes out the gate today.
And Kleem, I guess, is there any update you can provide on Kleem today?
He went into the boards hard yesterday. We'll see what comes out in warm-up here.
Is this a time of year where you start looking at the standings a little bit more closely, especially with 4 teams just 3 points apart?
Mike, you should know me better than that. We're in the kind of taking things one day at a time. For our group, that's where we put our focus. So standings, watching, all that kind of stuff is not what I like to do. It's not where our team's focus is. Our team's focus is on a very competitive Montreal Canadiens team that is going to give us everything that we can handle. That's today's business. That's what our concentration is on. There's 2 points up for grabs today. The team that plays the best is going to get them, and that's what we want to make sure that we walk out of Montreal with today.
When you're looking at your team, what's the main reason the Oilers are so good since January 1st?
Since January 1st, I would even go back to right after Christmas. I think the team's record speaks for itself post-Christmas. I think there's been a renewed commitment to the defensive side of the puck. I think our goals against would show that. I think our penalty kill has taken major steps. I think our goaltenders are giving us a chance to win every night and have cleaned up a lot of things on that side of things. Now, the irony is that we've scored at a really high rate since we've tightened up the defensive side of things. I think, for our team, we have the belief that we can score goals, especially when it matters most. We have the weapons in our dressing room that can do that. But the better we are defensively, the better chance we have to win the game.
I know you don't want to talk about the standings, but you have the chance today to grab the first place in the division, and if you can keep it, you obviously have the home ice advantage in the playoff. Is that something that you value as a team, this kind of goal? Yeah,
and I would say, just because we don't talk about it or don't focus on it, we're still aware of that stuff. For me, home ice, last year we played in a Game 7 in the first round, and I thought it was a real factor in us winning that series was the fact that we played Game 7 on home ice. So our goal as a team is to finish as high in the standings as we can, but most importantly, we just want to make sure our game is in order as we work our way down the stretch and prepare for what we call Game 83. We want to make sure our game's in the right spot for game number 83.
100 point, it's always a magical number. For Connor McDavid, he's at 97. Can it be possible for him today in Montreal? Could it be the perfect scenario to do it?
Is it possible? I learned long ago not to doubt anything when it comes to number 97. What I would say to you is, because you're not around us all the time, is that his focal point is on 2 points tonight. The 2 points that are up for grab for the team. And his focus on 100 points is to make sure our team gets to 100 points. That's the type of person and leader he is. He's got one thing in mind, and that's to win games, and that's what makes him such a special player.
Vincent Trocheck has played 11 games, I think, with you now. We know his story. It's quite a nice story this season, but what have he showed to you on ice that maybe convinced you to keep him with the team?
Well, just look at the team's record with him in the lineup. That's number one. I'm fortunate because I got to see Vincent at the American Hockey League level. So I've seen every progression or step that he's taken along the way. I think he's come in this opportunity, and what he's done is he hasn't gotten out of his own skin. He's very comfortable with who he is and what he brings to the table. He's giving us solid minutes. More goals are scored for us when he's on the ice than against us. I think his numbers would show that. And I think with each game that passes by and each game that he plays, his experience and confidence go through the roof.
Before the bye week in Montreal, a big story was playing 11-7, which actually you used to do, and I think you appreciate as an organization. What do you see as an advantage in using this system?
Yeah, well, I think what it is it's a coaching tool that we use. It doesn't mean that we're stuck in an orthodoxy or we're going to commit to playing with that alignment all the time. It's just something that we can go to. I think with some younger defensemen that we have in the lineup, it allows us to spread the minutes out on the back end in a way that is advantageous for us. For me, we're talking about Vincent, but Dave Manson and I have been using that as a coaching staff going back a few years, going back to Bakersfield. We feel comfortable with it when we have to go do it. And you know what I would say, this year, beginning of January, there was a game against the New York Islanders. We decided to go to it. And the team's record since that time, I think, speaks for itself. As I said, it's something that we did in our very first NHL game last year, about a year ago. We did it when our lives were on the line in Game 6 versus Los Angeles and Game 7 versus Los Angeles. We feel comfortable with it. If we feel that it gives us the best chance to win, we're prepared to use it.